One thing I don't need to remind you of as you walk out your door today on your way to work, well, how hot it's gotten. Mother Nature has presented itself in this context. There's extreme heat, extreme drought. The hots are getting a lot hotter. The dries are getting a lot drier. Just ask folks in Missouri, in Kentucky, or in Pakistan. Look what's happening in China, and procured an unprecedented number of megawatts for this state. Procurements, 11,500 megawatts, 925 megawatts, 600 plus megawatts, a little over 48,000, as much as 48,200, 48,500 megawatts. So we're losing megawatts. Mega drought means less megawatts, just from shutting down that hydroelectric source. The Flex Alert just asks you if you can do a little bit more. We voluntarily ask you to do a little bit more to help us get through the next week or so. We're going to have opportunity now in the next number of days to experience, many of us, what many have not experienced back to back to back to back to back, and that's triple-digit weather of consumption. Now, if you're like me, that means everything and nothing.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Liberty Bowl. So, funny stuff coming from our favorite fucking state, California. So, apparently, after they just told you that you need to buy an electric vehicle because you're a bigot and, basically you're killing the planet, how dare you? Now they're saying that you probably shouldn't be charging those electric vehicles because we're about to have a heat wave and we're going to need all the energy that we can get because our wind turbines and our solar panels and all our bullshit ain't working. So basically, just as they just told you last week that by 2035 they are no longer going to be selling gasoline-powered cars and they are only going to be selling electric vehicles, the very next week they're telling you, hey, don't charge those electric vehicles because the energy grid can't take it right now. So before we get into that, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, yeah. If you guys are not already liked and subscribed, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Definitely also check out our brother channel over at Liberty Swine. That's Liberty Swine. Definitely some hilarity going on over there. He definitely points out the hypocrisy and the funniness of the news and culture we have going on today. So let's go ahead and get into this article, guys.
Well, let me run it down to you, communist, homosexual, faggot, dipshit, motherfucker. Fuck you, that's why. 'Cause fuck you, that's why. 'Cause helmets suck, that's why. And commies like you swallow, that's why. Fuck Pete Wilson, that's why. Fuck Dick Floyd, that's why.
Alrighty, everybody, so let's get into this. So from the Blaze Media. Californians are urged to avoid charging electric vehicles days after state announced ban of new sales of gas-powered cars by 2035. So apparently, there's a heat wave in California. Shocker, right? Who would have thought California would be hot, right? So apparently, they're saying that the energy grid is kind of faulty or not really able to sustain all the air conditioners and plus all these new electric vehicles that were just sold in California. And so basically they're saying to avoid using power and avoid charging your new electric vehicles. So let's go ahead and get into this article here and see what we got. So, California energy managers are warning that an expected heat wave over Labor Day weekend could cause blackouts and are urging state residents to conserve energy, which is bad news for electric vehicle owners. The California Independent System Operator, a nonprofit that manages the power grid for 80% of California and a small part of Nevada, issued a bulletin Tuesday announcing that extreme heat conditions are likely to strain the grid with increased energy demands, especially over the holiday weekend. The ISO said temperatures are expected to be 10 to 20 degrees warmer than normal through Tuesday, September 6th, and that the peak load for electricity is projected to exceed 48,000 megawatts on Labor Day, the highest of the year. the power grid operator expects to call on Californians for voluntary energy conservation via flex alerts over the long weekend, the bulletin announced. If a flex alert is issued, residents will be urged to reduce energy use between 4 and 9 p.m. to relieve stress on the power grid. Set thermostats to 78 degrees or higher. Avoid using large appliances and charging electric vehicles, and turn off unnecessary lights, the ISO advised. The warning came days after California's Air Resource Board voted to ban the sale of new gas-powered vehicles by 2035. All new cars, trucks, and SUVs sold in the state will be required to run on electricity or hydrogen. Experts have warned that California's power grid does not currently have the capability to add millions of electric vehicles that need to be charged to operate. Right, that is actually pretty much the issue all over the nation right now. Right, so it's not so much. We'll go ahead and get back into this in a minute, but it's not so much that we can't afford to supply everyone with electric vehicles. It's that the power grids cannot support everyone having an electric vehicle. This is the reason why it's not very sound, at least in this point in time, to try and completely start trying to move away from gasoline. And at the same time, if we are trying to move away from gasoline, then why aren't we pumping oil? Why aren't we drilling our own oil? Why aren't we, if we're trying to phase out the use of fossil fuels, why aren't we burning up the last of our supply of, other than our strategic oil supply? Because, of course, we are doing that, unfortunately. And it's, I've said it many times. It's completely stupid. That's really not what it's for. It's not for Biden's failed energy policies. It's not for his failed sanctions in Russia. It's, literally for moments of emergency, like if we're getting invaded, or if in times of actual war, our own wars, not proxy wars with Russia through Ukraine. Which, another thing too, they recently, I've been I haven't been recording too much lately, so there's kind of a lot to catch up on. But Florida is doing a gun buyback program where they're offering like $50 a handgun, and so on, up to $150 per firearms. Which, first off, $150 for firearms, absolutely not. No, definitely not. And so that 150 mark, they're talking, ARs, they're talking, AK-47s, they're talking, rifles, they're talking basically, large caliber weapons. And yeah, for $150, you can get fucked. To put it lightly, pardon my French, even though you guys are probably used to it by now. But either way, yeah, that's not a good plan. And at the same time, what are they doing with them? Guess where they're sending them? They're sending them to the old Ukraine. Even though we've just sent them billions and billions and billions and billions in taxpayer dollars for weapons, what are they requesting now? Or what are we trying to send them now? Now we're trying to send them American citizens' weapons. Absolute insanity, right? So basically, back to the story. California is realizing that their little fucking pinwheels and their little solar panels and stuff like that, it's not doing it. It's not sustainable. They're actually, from what I've seen, they're trying to save their nuclear power plant. I believe they have like one remaining nuclear power plant, and they're trying to save that as much as they can. Even though, aren't they supposed to be against nuclear stuff? They're all about, like I said, their little pinwheels and their little, solar panels and stuff, right? They're against nuclear energy, even though we've been screaming, nuclear energy for years now. Of course, there is the whole accidents with Chernobyl, stuff like that. It's, that kind of deters people from the idea of using nuclear energy. And there's also the fact that, there's pretty much decades of cool down and things like that if we decide to shut down these nuclear power plants and these nuclear energies and things like that. Which, fuck it, keep them running for decades. Literally, they're made to run for decades. Why not run them for decades, right? But instead, no, we have to rely on fossil fuels and all these. Again, I'm for fossil fuels. I like driving around in my gas-powered vehicles. I like going vroom vroom and all this and that type stuff, right? I don't want to do zip 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 in a little electric vehicle. Although it would be fun. Not downing electric vehicles at all. Definitely not downing electric vehicles. The Tesla, I would love to try one of those out one of these days. Never driven one. Would love to see what it's like. But ultimately, I like cars, man. I like being physically capable of working on my own vehicles. So I'm not all for this whole, green new electric vehicle deal type thing going on. So definitely, I mean, definitely not planning on moving to California anytime soon, or ever for that matter. But anyway, let's get back to the story here. So California utility company Southern California Edison has pledged over $5 billion to modernize the state's grid to meet future demands to power mandated electric vehicles. But those projects are far in the future, and critics of California's green energy initiatives ridiculed the state for mandating electric vehicles and then telling people they can't charge them. Obviously. Last week, California announced a ban on sale of gas-powered cars by 2035. This week, they're telling people not to charge their electric vehicles, tweeted John Cooper, the spokesperson for the Conservative Heritage Foundation. Conservative. All right. So let's see. Let's take a look at this a little bit. Let's take a look at this here bulletin that they went ahead and posted out. By the way, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I don't really post much. I mainly just kind of post memes and troll other stuff. But definitely follow me on Twitter at blurry666. I don't really have a one for the channel yet, but then again, I don't really use this as a personal account. It's mainly just for the channel. So essentially, this is my my one for the channel. Also, follow me on Instagram.
White is America.
Again at blurry666. I don't know what that sound was right now, but either way, definitely appreciate you guys. We also have a Liberty Bowl channel on Instagram as well, at the Liberty Bowl. Also check out our partner channel, Liberty Swine. Definitely subscribe to them. I did mention them at the beginning. I'm going to mention them again right now. Yeah, definitely check out that channel, man. Some hilarious shit there. And also, it's our buddy, the old Liberty Swine. If I can hear on the weekend shows, if I can hear every now and then to drop in, if I can say his pieces, and, we have fun with it, all right? So let's go ahead and check this out. So from California ISO, a heat bulletin, August 30th, 2022. Excessive heat starting tomorrow will stress energy grid. Consumer conservation, I keep mixing up those two words, conservative and conservation. Consumer conservation likely needed this weekend to avert power outages. So from Folsom, California, starting tomorrow through Thursday, California and the West are expecting extreme heat that is likely to strain the grid with increasing energy demands, especially over the holiday weekend. Temperatures are forecasted to begin rising Wednesday, August 31st, intensifying through the holiday weekend and extending to early next week in many areas of the West. Temperatures are forecasted to hit triple digits and break records. So I live in Arizona, and I work outside in the desert in the heat, and I literally face triple digit heat every single day, right? So yeah, this stuff really isn't surprising me, right? Expected to break records. All right, so in what's likely to be the most excessive heat wave in the West so far this year, temperatures in Northern California are expected to be 10 to 20 degrees warmer than normal through Tuesday, September 6th. In Southern California, temperatures are expected to be 10 to 18 degrees warmer than normal. The ISO is taking measures to bring all available resources online. Restricted maintenance operations have been issued for Wednesday, August 31st through Tuesday, September 6th from noon to 10 p.m. each day due to high loads and temperatures across the state. During the RMO, market participants are ordered to avoid scheduled maintenance to ensure all available generation and transmission lines are in service. The peak load for electricity is currently projected to exceed 48,000 megawatts on Monday, the highest of the year. All right, so basically, you get it. They're talking about our energy grid cannot handle it. So basically, don't charge your electric vehicles that we just told you guys to fucking charge, right? Alrighty, man. Well, I mean, you guys get the gist of it, right? So I appreciate all you guys stopping by. I appreciate all the likes, the subscribes. I appreciate you guys sticking through me these last these last week or so, these last couple weeks. Just been doing family stuff, focusing on the real world. But I'm definitely gonna continue making videos. We're definitely going to continue the show. The show must go on. If you guys are not liked and subscribed, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Share these episodes if you find them, entertaining, or if you find them amusing, or if you just like coming by and smoking weed with me. I don't know. Maybe I'll start going live. You guys wanna hang out? If we can talk live or something like that. Hang out for an hour. I don't know. Smoke some herbs. Chill. Netflix. Chill. YouTube. Chill. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, man, I definitely appreciate all you guys. Yeah, you guys take it easy. Like, subscribe, and fick right off.